Well, I think how many bites at the apple do you get? We've gone through 500 witnesses, 2,500 subpoenas. I've let them interview my lawyers. I've let them in because I had nothing to do with Russia. Now that's come out. There was no collusion. But how many people and how many times, and this has been going on for 2.5 years. Rush Limbaugh said there's nobody else in the world that he knows that could have taken it. And on top of taking it, I've been a great president. I've done more, listen, I've done more in 2.5 years than any other president. Nobody's even close, including, we just said, Veterans' Choice and all of the other things I've got. But for 2.5 years, so now they have Mueller go make a speech. That goes. Now they want to have him again. They want to go it again and again and again because they want to hurt the president for the election because I see what I'm running against. You got sleepy Joe Biden. He doesn't have the energy to be president. And the people that are nipping on his heels, they don't have what it takes. And I can tell you that China and Russia, and I've been rougher on Russia than any president in the last 50 years, China and Russia and try North Korea, where I have a relationship. You don't have a man testing nuclear anymore. You have a man, wait, you have a man that was so happy to see me. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. You have a man that doesn't smile a lot. But when he saw me, he smiled. He was happy. You have a man that when I came into office, all he was doing before, under Obama, was testing nuclear weapons and blowing up mountains. And now he's not doing it. There's nothing he can say. He's written a report. The report said no collusion, and it said effectively no obstruction because there's no obstruction. And the other thing is very interesting. So they find out there's no collusion. The whole thing is about collusion. So they find out it's no collusion. Now, actually, it was different. It was bad crimes committed by the other side. We'll find out about that. I'm sure that's being looked at right now. So there's no collusion and there's no obstruction. Now, we have a great attorney general now. He's strong and he's smart. And he read it and he studied it along with Rod Rosenstein, who worked it from the beginning. And Rod Rosenstein and Bill Barr said there's no obstruction. It's also interesting. Number one, there's no crime. And how do you obstruct when there's no crime? Also, take a look at one other thing. It's a thing called Article 2. Nobody ever mentions Article 2. It gives me all of these rights at a level that nobody has ever seen before. We don't even talk about Article 2. So, they ruled no collusion, no obstruction. Very simple. And you can only, by the way, you can only get so many bites at the apple. We got to get on to running a country. You got immigration, infrastructure, drug prices. The Democrats aren't working. All they're doing is trying to hurt people like Alex Acosta, a man who has done, I have no idea. Are you a Democrat?
I am not, no.
I have no idea. You know what I know? You know what I know about Alex? He was a great student at Harvard. He's Hispanic, which I so admire, because maybe it was a little tougher for him and maybe not. But he did an unbelievable job as the Secretary of Labor. That's what I know about him. I know one thing. He did a great job. And until this came up, there was never an ounce of problem with this very good man. Go ahead.